Welcome to the Lone Ranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn, Cross Country Mortgage. Yes, I am the Lone Ranger, and I'm here arranging loans today, tomorrow, next week, the week after, and God willing, for the next, 10 years or so. I've been doing this for 36 years, folks. And listen, here's why I think that when you're out seeking a mortgage, whether it's a purchase, a refinance, maybe a home equity line of credit, maybe you want to build your own home, maybe you have a home you'd like to renovate, maybe you'd like some debt consolidation. Here's the reality of it. A lot of these big mortgage companies are outsourcing a lot of the work. Now, some of them are either even outsourcing it to AI. So you think you're talking to a human, but you're talking to a bot. Here's the difference. I'm a human being. I'm not a bot. And I don't outsource my origination team one bit to a virtual assistant in the Philippines or in Africa, like all these other companies do. It's just insane where your information is being shared right now. And if you're comfortable with your private information, your social security number, your date of birth, where you lived, how much money you make, a mortgage lender gets into a lot of detail. They know everything about you. They have to, because you're going to borrow a lot of money. Now you want China, Japan, Taiwan, the Philippines, Africa. God knows who's got this information. And all of you folks that keep using these free services like TurboTax and Credit Karma, you do realize they're free for one reason. You are the product. You do realize that. They're selling your data. And you may say, you know what? It's okay, Bruce. Everybody's selling our data. It's not okay. And it will catch up with you. And if you are okay with your data being all over the place, and then one day all of a sudden you got some type of credit breach, and now all your credit's been taken and somebody's stolen your identity, you'll realize then that the old man in the radio was right, that it is true. These things are going to be sold. You may not protect yourself 100%. It may not be possible because you don't know what your bank's doing. If you go with Bank of America or Wells Fargo, and that's where you do your banking, a lot of that stuff is outsourced overseas. Believe me, it is. At Cross Country, everything's done internally. We do not share your information overseas. We do not do that. When you come to the loan arranger at Cross Country Mortgage, my originators take down your information, gather your documents. They determine your qualification by analyzing your documents. And then you have an appointment with me to review the loan scenario, come up with your options, know exactly what your payments are going to be, what loan products are available to you, how much cash to close you're going to need. Then we write an approval letter so you can go out shopping. Now, then if you need a realtor, I'll help you get a realtor that's better than the one you're going to get, and they'll give you up to 25% of their commission back. Now, I got off topic there because I do that. That's my ADD. I will tell you, when you want a lender that's going to do it in-house, then you call the loan arranger. If you don't care where your data is shared, then you should. But if you don't, that I know the newer and the younger generation, they think it's fine. They don't want to actually talk to people. They just want to text. They just want to fill things out online. But I'm going to tell you something, folks, it's going to come back to catch up with you. So you want somebody that's going to do it all in-house? There's a call coming in right now. I'll pick up that call in a little bit. So I want to get to a lot of things. There's another thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about the market. I want to talk about the Fed. I want to talk about what's happening with the Fed. What is the possibility of an interest rate of the Fed dropping the interest rates? I want to talk about reverse mortgages on this segment, or actually today. I want you to understand the truth behind reverse mortgages, who they benefit from, and who should stay away from them. I want to talk about first-time home buyer and what products. I want to talk today about where the opportunities lie, because there's a lot of uncertainty in the market right now, and the loan arranger's not afraid to address it head on. A lot of folks, they're either going to tell you all the bad news, or they're going to make up a bunch of garbage and tell you all the good news. I'm going to tell you the real news. whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. So we're up against challenges right now. We're up against oil prices going up. If oil prices continue to go up, interest rates could go up. We're up against possible interest rates could potentially ease as inflation starts to drop. So what's happening there? But there's uncertainty in the market. What are the chances that the Fed's going to drop the Fed rate in the next meeting? I want to talk about that. Where are the opportunities right now? We are going to cover all of these things so that the real deal. So let's get started on this as quickly as we possibly can. So, first of all, I think that there's some really important things that are happening in Florida. So I want to talk about the market because it's different in Florida than it is in some other states. I travel all over. I do presentations and speeches in front of real estate groups, mortgage groups, mastermind classes, everything. And I'm going to tell you something, it's different in different markets, but we have a unique opportunity here in Florida. Do you know what it is? We are one of the only areas that has an abundance of inventory right now, but that could be short lived. Okay. So we have an abundance of inventory. Our normal inventory in this area should be around 8,000 homes on the market. We have 11,000 homes on the market. Our normal contract to close should be about 30 to 45 days. It's almost 90 days right now. What does that do? That could be a little frightening for a seller right now if you really need to sell. So they have to be more aggressive. But you have to remember, as a mortgage lender, my job is helping buyers. Now, I don't want sellers to lose either. I own real estate. I don't want my real estate to go down, but I do realize that trends tell me whether I should be buying or whether I should be selling. And right now, the trend is to buy. Why? Inventory's up. More listings are sitting on the market. Homes taking a little longer to sell. Builders are still delivering inventory, and that's keeping the inventory up. That creates negotiating power. That creates seller concessions. Better deals can be structured. That is not a bad market. It's a buyer's opportunity market. Now, you don't hear a lot of people talking about that because they don't want you to know. But I'm going to tell you something I want you to know. So, when you have this type of demand and not there's nothing wrong with this market. This is actually a really good market. Buyers didn't vanish. They're just waiting on rates to drop. But the fact of the matter is rates have already dropped and they're starting to get better every day. But we're not going to expect that you're going to start seeing rates in the fives again. Don't think that's going to happen. Even if the Fed does a rate cut, it's probably not going to happen. Write my phone number down. Tampa, 813-213-4009. That's Tampa, 813-213-4009. Orlando, 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313. Or go to webringyouhome.com. Everyone gets to talk to me. Everyone sees me. They meet with me in person. Every client, I review every transaction. You're not going to a top producer in this country and getting to talk to the top producer. It does not happen. It happens here. Why? Because that's the way I would want it if I were getting a mortgage. I don't want to go and hire somebody that has a great reputation and I never get to see them. That doesn't make me feel like I'm important. You should feel important when you come to a lender. And most of you are being duped by these mortgage brokers out there that you think are a big company and they're not. And then they're shopping your credit all over. We're going to talk about that later on in the show too. So be careful. So listen, not all inventory is equal. Here's the truth most people miss. Some homes are sitting overpriced. There may be insurance issues. Condos are definitely an issue. I'm staying away from condos 100%. I would not buy a condo in this market. And we will talk later, maybe in this show, but condos are getting ready to get harder hit by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. They're going to make it more difficult. So condominiums are probably going to drop even more in value. and they're going to get harder and harder to finance. I do have solutions. We may get to it later on in the show. If you have questions about condos, you can call me. If you're a real estate agent, you need to understand what's going on with them. Florida has a unique pressure point. Insurance challenges, HOA, condo regulations, mitigation shifts. These create pockets of opportunities, not a blanket market. How you win in this strong buyer's message. Now, listen, Florida isn't short on homes right now. We have tons of homes for buyers to buy, and that's exactly where the opportunity exists. So, why this still supports buying now? There's less competition, there's more negotiating power, there's more inventory to choose from, and the time it takes to sell a home is longer, so sellers are more willing to make a deal. So, it isn't just the shortage of the market, and hesitation is where opportunity lives. So if you feel like you're hesitant to get in the market, that's probably the key that tells you should be in the market. Smart buyer's strategy. Tie it all together. Here it is. Buy now, negotiate hard. Don't choose a real estate agent that's not a strong negotiator. I'm telling you, you guys are choosing realtors right now that are not great negotiators. Wonderful people, very kind. They do the home searches for you. They'll show you homes on the weekend after hours. They'll call you back, but they don't negotiate hard. How would you like to hire a financial planner? You're going to put all your retirement investments in it, but they're very nice, but they get crappy returns on your investment. Are you okay with that? Or would you rather have somebody that gets strong returns on your investment? I hear you guys calling me going, yeah, I keep some of my money in a high yield account. I'm like, what's high yield? It's making me 4.25% fixed. I'm like, oh my God, you should be embarrassed to even tell me that. If you're not making 15% on your investments, you got the wrong financial guys. I'm just telling you right now. All right. If you want to take advantage of this market where you actually have leverage, call me now at 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009, or go to webringyouhome.com and get your application started right now. I'm a direct lender. I'm in all 50 states. I can help you no matter anywhere in the country you want to buy. I give you personalized service since we're the largest retail lender in the country. Oh, by the way, let me just give you an idea of how big we are, but you get personalized service from me. This is how big we are. We closed $6.2 billion of mortgages in the month of March alone. $6.2 billion. Now, in the entire country, every 1 in 30 mortgages that are originated are cross-country originated. How you like that? 1 in 30. In Florida, we're closer to 1 to 15. 1 in every 15 mortgages, people are getting a cross-country mortgage. That should tell you something, folks. It's not the mortgage broker that gets the deal. It's not the credit union that's best for you to go to. It's not your local bank, that's for sure. Call your credit union at 4:30 on a Friday and tell them you need an updated pre-approval letter and see how fast you get it. If you even get it, you might get a call on Tuesday. My name's Bruce Woodburn. I'm getting worked up about this because I see the opportunities and I can't stand to see my young buyers missing out on it because they think maybe renting is a better opportunity because your rent payments may be lower than a mortgage payment. It's not. By the time you put it all together, they're not better. There is no such thing as a rich renter, folks. Bruce Woodburn, Cross Country Mortgage, 407-706-3313, 813-213-4009, or webringyouhome.com. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Lone Ranger Show. Don't go anywhere.